President Pink, thank you so much for joining us here, a little exclusive interview. Homecoming this weekend. Obviously, it's a really big time around Big Rapids and the local community. Just talk about some of the fun festivities and things you're looking forward to this weekend with homecoming being at Ferris State.
Brandon, it's always an exciting weekend when we get to homecoming weekend. It all starts with what we get going on Friday. With Friday, we have our reunion dinner where we'll have a lot of our alumni in. We'll do some honors of some folks Friday night at dinner. The bonfire gets started sometime after that, and I'll get out there for the bonfire with the students for a little while because the fried Oreos are good.
Of course.
And don't tell anyone I said that. But then on Saturday, we get started Saturday morning with the parade, and that's always cool because that not only brings out our Ferris State community, but the community here in Big Rapids and really Mecosta County, opportunity to get the kids out and have a great time with the Bulldogs on Friday morning. Then the tailgating gets started. But as far as pregame is concerned, the football game, it's funny with homecoming. I have a list of tailgates of invites to get to. We'll probably have to eat at every one of them.
Yep.
Dang it. But then we get to the football game where we get to welcome in the best Bulldog way possible a new team to the conference in Roosevelt. That's exciting for them and being a part of the GLIAC. We will try to be kind in our welcome to Big Rapids to a new conference foe.
For sure. Tony Anise certainly is going to have a fun slate of plays that he's probably going to unveil, and new jerseys as well that were just released, which are really awesome.
Yeah, those look cool. And then Saturday is one of those fun days where you can actually come to campus and do a parade, a football game, a volleyball game, and a hockey game. None of them overlapping.
Yeah, all in one day.
Get all that in one day. So it's a fun day to be a Bulldog.
Absolutely. And especially with a lot of the excitement coming from Founders Day, made a lot of really cool announcements, some of them also including relating to football with the facility of the dormitory that's going to be put in, and eventually a little bit of a renovated Top Taggart field, a new indoor field house for the team to practice with indoor track and all of the other sports competing. Just talk about the time that was put into that and what the thought process a little bit was behind that, not only for the university, but also the one thing that you mentioned, the local community outside of Ferris getting involved in that as well.
Yeah, and it's a multi-layered project with that, Brandon. So that residence hall that will be at the north end of the stadium, we plan to break ground on that this spring. We have board meetings coming up today and tomorrow where they will finalize the approvals for that. As from what I can see, with what we filled them in, no reason for them to do anything different in that regard. But then we'll get breaking ground on that in the spring. And then as we look at getting that project finished, we're already in preparation and planning on what will be at the south end of the stadium. That indoor athletic complex that we plan to start in on fundraising right now will be that'll be a project that will not only affect a majority of our students on campus from a standpoint of our athletics, but also our intramurals, also to students who in the middle of February, or community members who in the middle of February do not want to walk outside because it's too cold. That'll have a track around it that not only for our track and field program will be amazing, but also it will be for the public to be able to go in and say, you know what, I'm going to get some laps in, get some steps in, be able to do that in a comfortable space. And the upgrade it'll do for our track and field program will be phenomenal. If you look at the renderings that we put out of that whole footprint, those first renderings had the outdoor track being rid of. Our renderings right now preserve that track.
Oh.
And what we want to do is look at what we need to do to really make that a more usable track for our teams going forward. So real fun plans there of what we need to get done.
Absolutely. And you announced the strategic plan, and obviously our listeners probably haven't read the entire manual packet for how long it is, but it's very detailed. And when it comes to the things that you are implementing at Ferris State coming up over the next 4 years, obviously affecting the students, the staff,
Yep.
Bulldog fans greatly, but a lot of it to interlap with the community as well, all of our folks here, especially a lot of our big country listeners, really to get involved with Ferris. What are some of the ways that you're hoping to do that?
We've been here as a university, we're celebrating 140 years this year. we are the piece of this community, a piece of this community that truly ought to be a rallying point for our community. We ought to be seen as the university that is truly here in the community, but not just a part of in the community. We need to be a part of the community. And so when you look at that strategic plan of about 10 months of work by many folks on our campus, to me it's important that people on our campus and off campus, whatever the need is, that individuals have voice in these things. And so that group that was put their hands to the plow of revisioning the strategic direction of the university in terms of these goals, that was important. And the 4 pillars that they came up with: belonging, student excellence, sustainability, innovation. Those are 4 pillars that not only say, here's how we serve our students as a university, here's how we need to serve our community going forward.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Pink, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you around the grounds for homecoming here in Big Rapids. It's going to be fun.
We will see you at homecoming. Go Dogs.